Hello everyone, welcome to PSIR 300 Plus channel. A very big event has happened across the globe. Nothing but just like United Nations Framework on Convention of Climate Change, CCD, CBD, Montreal Protocol, and many other conventions, we have now got United Nations first of its kind Cybercrime Treaty. Now, the amazing part about this particular treaty, 72 nations signed it, many restrained, and India also yet did not sign it. What could be the reason that India did not sign? What are the various bottlenecks that has not been addressed? One by one, we will get to know about this. So stay tuned with me. Let us now discuss a very important current affair with regard to international relations, nothing but United Nations Cyber Security Treaty. Remember this point, my dear student, it is the world's first universal legislative framework. Why we are saying universal means it is applicable to all the nations. That's why it is called as universal legislative framework to combat what? To combat cybercrime. And this is going to become legally binding on all the nations. Legally binding is nothing but just like Parliament pass a act and we have to obey, otherwise we have to bear the punishment from the government or not. In the same way, once this treaty becomes legal, every nation has to follow, otherwise they will again start putting sanctions. Don't give loans from the IMF, World Bank, don't give you technology, will leave you on your own, deserted, without any defense equipments also. Okay, so that is the reason it is this universal legislative framework with regard to cybercrime treaty is stepping very closer to become a legally binding. Why? Because at least 72 of the 193 members signed the United Nations cybercrime treaty. Only 40 are required, but 72 has been signed. That is a very big number, but signing is not the end because they have to also ratify. So out of 72 signed, if 40 of them ratify is nothing but they have to take this particular document of 41 page to the respective parliaments, respective Knesset, Senate, Diet, whatever it is, they have to take there, and in their parliament also they have to pass. Once that is done, then it is called as what? Ratification is also over. Okay, so 72 nations signed, obviously in that 40 will be ratifying. It means what? It is stepping very closer to become one of the universal cybercrime treaty that will be given to each and every nation, and this treaty has been signed in Hanoi, Vietnam, that is on October 25 yesterday. It's a 41-page United Nations Cyber Security Treaty proposes a legislative framework to boost international cooperation among all enforcement agencies, just like RAW can talk to Mossad, Mossad can talk to ISI, then we can talk to CIA, etc. All the enforcement agencies' cooperation is envisaged under this treaty. Technical assistance will be given by the developed nations, and the countries who do not have the adequate infrastructure, they will also be given what? That particular infrastructure of cyber monitoring. Okay, and this particular treaty also addresses illegal intercession, just like in the 2019 election, Rahul Gandhi was saying that his and other Congress big leaders' mobile phones has been hacked, has been, you can say that, tapped by the ruling party government with the help of what? Pegasus software, right or wrong? Remember this. So illegal interception, it has covered money laundering, hacking, and also online child sex abuse material. All of these has been spoken about in this 41-page United Nations Cybercrime Treaty. I hope this is all clear to you. Remember this point, my dear student, in India we do not have a Cybercrime Prevention and Regulation Act. We do not have. The cyber related all attacks and crimes are dealt under the IT Act of 2000. Here only they have given the definition what is the meaning of cybercrime. Cybercrime is nothing but unauthorized use of any computer device, use of any communication device, use of any network use of any network, any computer sitting in your home, your computer, if you're using a communication device, it could be WhatsApp, it could be Telegram, any communication device, if you're using any network, internet, LAN, etc., in order to harm the individual, in order to fraudulent the individual, in order to stalk the individual, in order to sexually harass the individual, etc., whatever, so and so, it is called as what? Cybercrime under the IT Act of 2000. I hope this is clear to you, right? Okay. So till now we have learned one important point. India, world's first cybercrime, United Nations cybercrime treaty will come into force very near. Why? Because out of 193 nations, 72 has signed, only 40 need to ratify. So we are thinking that it is going to become the first United Nations cybercrime treaty. It consists of 41 pages. It talks about international cooperation. It talks about technical assistance to the developing nations and the underdeveloped nations. It talks about infrastructure creation, and it talks about the various important cyber crimes like phone interceptions, illegal interceptions you are having, money laundering, hacking, etc. Okay, three important points we have seen now. At least, as I have told you, at least 40 countries have to sign and ratify it. Following the moment the 40th country signs it, it will come into effect after 90 days. So the moment today it will signed, ratified by 40 nations, they will communicate to the United Nations. The moment they communicated, then after 90 days this treaty will become what? Enforced, and all the countries has to follow it. It comes at a time when digital threats are rising sharply, with global cybercrime costs projected to be 10.5 trillion. It is 3 times the India's GDP. $10.5 trillion loss is happening annually by 2025, according to a report given by Cybersecurity Ventures. However, several tech companies and digital rights activists has criticized the treaty. As I've told you in the beginning, 72 nations signed, but many restrain. So many of the tech companies, digital rights activists criticize the treaty or concerned that it could end up criminalizing legitimate online activity and led to potential human rights abuses. They are saying that the 41-page United Nations cybersecurity crime document is there, no treaty document. It contains many of the provisions that are very naturally people do on the online. If those kind of things are also being included in the cybercrime, then it will abuse and harass the people who create content on the digital media. So many of the tech giants, many of the digital right activists, they have actually refrained, they have not signed, they have not said good about this particular treaty. Okay, if you talk about India related perspective, in 2022, the Indian government has submitted to the United Nations Cybercrime Treaty should contain certain measures similar to the section 66A of IT Act of 2000. Means we are having a IT Act of 2000. In that IT Act of 2000, we have mentioned that, okay, we have mentioned that offensive messages, okay, if anybody is sharing against anyone, that should be termed as illegal. Nothing but if I talk about very badly with regard to Prime Minister Modi ji or Rahul ji or the Amit Shah ji, then I will be booked under this particular act. Okay, so if offensive messages, if anybody is sharing with regard to some important and very influential personalities, that will be considered as illegal. The same provisions we have submitted to the United Nations to include under the United Nations Cyber crime treaty, but there were very less takers to what we have suggested. They rejected it and they did not give it. According to the UN, a country is legally bound by a treaty only after it has signed and ratified. Following its signing process, it is unclear that if India is one of the 72 members that signed the cybercrime treaty in Hanoi on Saturday, though the signing process is expected to open for the next year also. And this treaty, and the important person with regard to United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, he said that this treaty is a very powerful, legally binding treaty. Okay, it strengthens our network and has a collective defense. Together we all defend, okay, against cyber crime. Okay, it is a testament, it is a one of the example of multilateral cooperation to deliver solution. So all of us coming together in order to find the cyber attack, cyber crime. So we are collectively delivering a solution with regard to this particular global cyber threat. Ahead of the signing ceremony, 19 digital rights organizations included Access Now, Electronic Frontier Foundation, Human Rights Watch, all of them have refrained from signing and ratifying the treaty. They said that they will not do it. Okay, fine. The convention, the first of global treaty of its kind, means this kind of treaty we have never had. This is the first time. The United Nations Cybercrime Treaty extend far beyond addressing cybercrime. Beyond cybercrime, also it addresses some issues which are not liked by many. Malicious attack on computer network systems data. It also says to establish broad electronic surveillance, okay, powers to investigate and cooperate on a wide range of crimes, including that do not involve ICT. Means any computer is not involved, any communication device is not involved, any internet network is not involved. Even though every country need to establish surveillance systems, it means what? It is trying to infringe our complete private life. That is the reason many of the human rights activists said that we will not sign it. Now, what is the India's stand? India said it very clearly. Should India join, others are signing the treaty. 5 years ago, Prime Minister Modi ji has said that in his Independence Day speech that India requires a new cyber security strategy. But that strategy, whatever we are having, national cyber security strategy, we have not yet updated. There is no law also. We are having only strategy only as a policy. As a result, it is very unclear that India will take the responsibility along with every other one, or India will ask for some exemptions or new submissions to it. We don't know. But India is a member of United Nations. This is very true. And in future, if 48th member signs and ratifies the treaty, India has no choice except to follow that particular treaty. I hope this is all clear to you. Do join my PSIR classes, test series, and mentorship. You will definitely have a change in your marks and the preparation for sure, with lot of motivation, lot of content material, and the utmost quality lectures interacting with me. You will be better off when compared to your competitors. Do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. I'll see you soon. Take care.